Yeah. Africa, Asia or Morocco for the 2025 AFCON Nhyira no ebebe here this weekend. Na aka 2 games. 2 games na aka no. A third place game between Egypt and Nigeria. Then the final between Senegal and the host nation Morocco. With all due respect, third place games reach Obiankai. I'm not going to waste time on Egypt, Nigeria. The real deal is Senegal against Morocco. And until you call Morocco, see you call AFCON. Now, before I may roll in my next slide, no, let me repeat what I said. Timer, you 2 countries, you know, now I'm qualified to the finals of the AFCON. Rich. On the African soil CCA, and on the evidence of the AFCON na yabo afino, Senegal, Morocco are the best football countries CCA our continent. And Rich, in any competitive game, the only team I beat Senegal on this continent is Morocco. And in any competitive game, the only team that can beat Morocco is Senegal. And this AFCON, I follow the scripts of who really the big boys on the continent are when it comes to football. And I dare say, Rich, we are going to have the perfect final of AFCON. Upsets be a underdogs be a favorites be a 2 of the best on the continent and that is what this AFCON has offered the followers of football on the continent. Now, Rich, Senegal has always shown say a powerhouse in African football. But now AFCON no munjibida. When they raise this golden generation, Rich, they told themselves say they must win the AFCON with this generation. But the story and the journey had been long. They appointed Aliou Cisse. Oko no atofom, oko no atofom, oko wakap no atofom. On more krum for si Aliou Cisse there. Coach Papa Ben no here. And they said in say ka fo to adu ya. Munsi sanu efere se da. Alaji di of mo say on one no be coach team no. But the among come on somewhere. But he will learn on the job. He will improve. And with the backroom staff right there, man, no. He will get the best out of this generation. Senegal man for says man shey na mo Sadio Mane muni Koulibaly mu twam na yentimi anje AFCON na it will take us years to build another golden generation and to do the right thing and bring the right coach in tandem. Almost no, Aliou Cisse is the man. Eventually he won them the AFCON and he won it in a grand style. Now Rich, sir, patches now Senegal fame more until they won the AFCON, and now building the Senegalese team now. Say no, and it's always on which the park in this one. They have the quality in players, they have the character to play the AFCON tournament, and Rich, they have the winning mentality because finally they've won the trophy. And the building of this Senegalese team has gone through a lot of enyoma for us to get to see this team so strong, and they've gotten to this level. Now, Rich, Morocco, the end of the day, a proper case of investment. Look, and maybe a chum. Morocco has always been seen as one of those countries they have glimpses of talent, but they are not a winning some team. Me you know. Rich, see a AFCON Ghana we will be them. Born North Africa, but we will be them. They didn't even have the aura to be called big boys on the continent. Morocco, no. But what have they done? They've invested. Everywhere around it, football, they've invested. Women's football, men's football, sports science, infrastructure, exchange programs, coaching, education. They've made sure, say, BBR, and we're here to build a winning mentality around football. They've invested in it. And Rich, when they did that, BBR around Morocco football now look elite. What minute to Europe? What minute to BBR? And this will be the channel of Morocco. Your family national team. I this is your contingent, any arrangement for travel. You look at everything around it and you are saying, oh, then and I say Europe, and it's not the French national team, and it's not the Spanish national team. So Sadia, then I'll come to my country and play. And they've invested in elitism. And I do more about the do and Rich. Adia, a mom who say, oh, your investment in Afa and your do was the World Cup in Qatar. They broke the genes of African history at the World Cup. And they now began to believe in themselves. Charlie, now investments na you know. Any order we've gone through to put money in, no, you do baby also you do rampa. Now after 50 years, let's host the AFCON and try and win it for our country. That is the story of Morocco. Now, anchor these two stories, see, Edika, and they would have made one of the best finals I ever shared on the African continent. But Bibi per se say no. Bibi per se say final. And can a normal circumstances, tournament there, the arrangement is done by the organizer staff and the local organizing committee. It is not in the hands of the host or when able home and like I say, or be manipulated to intimidate Obi. But yes, I don't pay. Senegal Football Association had a 3-page document about one thing signed by Omu General Secretary and Asama Okanyina and he say, and no maybe ye say throughout the tournament, Senegal has been based in Tangai. I don't know matches in this is the first time since Senegal echo Morocco, some cover AFCON, they have to change venues. The final is being played at the capital of Morocco, Rabat. And there was a Senegal fly from Tangai to Rabat. Now, omu changing venues now. And I feel it. Omu say, hey, say na baby a tiri ne hojo. But enoma be bring koyi. First one. If you've seen these videos around, it is just like what to Kwanwaku PA airport be. Rich, what the Senegalese are saying is say, look at the crowd. And they were expecting say, a national team final and and come a diplomatic pathway from the airports. Security will be tight. Almost see the security assigning mom 5. Now look at how famous this Senegalese team is here. If you give them only 5 security and you are not giving them the VVIP lounge, you are not giving them the VVIP lounge way now. On the phone, nobody can get access to them. Also, for the view be and they are being crowded. Number 2, almost see hotel na edikari omukoye na ehusado. So they requested now and they've been moved to another hotel after their complaints. Sisi baby a Senegal for it no. It's the same hotel a yenya Sichomo. Our meya comment omoda. And baby a Sichomo down there, I know that place is okay. And I want Senegal for that Sisi. Now Sicho na boy story say, Charlie, baby omoda no. South Africa abeda ho. Zambia abeda ho. Then there are other 2 national teams 2 other tournaments abeda ho. But Senegal for the buyer, no. They've seen the difference. Or more attention to details, no. Massive. Oh yes, oh yeah, no. So they are checking the ventilation, air conditioner bubble them no. And from another free mobile, is it fresh? I'm going to say you damn cool, but you better do packing so near to brain. They are checking. Okay, how many say no? Can we trust them to give us a Johnny pay? Can even here creators take over and they are checking BBI in the final. That is the elite mentality of the Senegalese team. They are well prepared for the final. Rich, the third one now, I have a problem with it. Almost third issue now. Almost say, since they are in Rabat, the training center offer the Senegal Technical Training Center. It's to say, Sanka Ghana in the tournament now. Senegal was based in say Takrady. Now because they've qualified to the final, both final no Accra Sports Stadium. And they also move to Takrady by Accra. Omuba no, next you, the moko pram pram. No more continue. Pram pram dear. Adabraka. Simply because they think say at the Morocco national headquarters. Technical center on there, they can't be really assured that they will not be spied on. Baby, I'm come as babu bo to look at your training. No my year planning ahead of Muninano. Mubashe, we don't like it. Mumma baby, Mumma Scooby, or the St. Thomas Aquinas cry. You training. You say when we train at St. Thomas Aquinas secondary school, it will be difficult. Say, yeah, your boy, you're training no by. It will be difficult for you to come and spy. That is what the Senegalese story is when it comes to the training pitches. Rich, the other issue that comes with tickets, almost one more VVIP tickets stupid, and they didn't know. This is the final. There are a lot of big men in Senegal bar. They need to give them VVIP treatment. Even omu common supporters can. Omu ko pay ticket at Tokra de ama omu. Say the be a stadium or baby. Rich, they've been able to buy around 300 tickets. How can you give? And the Rabat Stadium as soon they don't want their fans to be perpetually and everywhere will be Morocco. Give them fair amount of tickets. Now and they are there to support them. So that has been the Senegalese story. But Rich, whatever is going on, the finals will come on. Because I have still seen Senegal in the midst of all their protests, videos and pictures of their training. Baby training cry. Inti yababo born. Rich. Enye kasa bebre. We've watched Morocco enough. We've watched Senegal enough. There were 2 teams in the bottom. Take Koulibaly off this lineup. Bring Mamadou Sarr there. This is their team. The first thing, Rich, with Anyanui, Saibari of PSV, any air canoes, this 3 midfielders now. as against Idris Agana guy, Papi Gay, and Nhyira. Who wins the engine room? That is the first thing. I think it's throughout the tournament, in terms of central midfield control, no team and a Ben Senegal. They are so dominant. I will feel you and one thing. Ball kuta, ball pass, short passes, na long ones no. Short passes na ma omitimi keep ball no omo na. Now, the omitimi ye sadi ni pa. Rich and say they are playing two players on wing forwards now. They are not wingers. Sadio Mane or your inside number 10. India you call the or your striker. And you always see them come to the central positions. So when you say Senegal, so mo be able to power na a creeping theater any do of no more 2 and 3 for them. And say money any India even fees ana they have always numbers. Only to Morocco the one rich Morocco wingers in Ibrahim Diaz and Azazuri. Only wingers. And they don't like coming into midfield. They want to stay. And the first thing we are going to watch and say Morocco will play the ball more expansive. Senegal will play the ball more narrow. Because I want no one in the war. Now, Rich. Then let's look at the defense now. The saga is super, but this is the final. And Komunyu captain and Komope. He is the controller, very robust and highly respected. Unim say, see a ball to turn on him. Na a kabi drimika or Fabon. No one say a Yakuliba no ne kwa. Rich, I am shaka krabi. But if he stands and he say, oh, Mamadou sir, he will even process oya. And so it gets in common getting. It's like CCA and Kankomo fine and then can say, I'll go and Bobby. He takes something away from the defense. That is what Koulibaly absence takes away from Senegal. But Rich, we've seen champions born this way. When there's an opportunity, he steps in. And the tournament, remember him say, Akwawe, he became a legend of Senegal when atrocity by now or stepping in and a year Jumano and the JSR trophy. No. I think that Nicolas Jackson started by the Subainti or Corbencha and was about in the semis. It's ordinary to talk. Kabi won in this tournament. Kabi has been super, scored goals, been ever present for Omo. But Rich, this is the final. Big players play in the final. And this final, you have to play and win it. Not go and play the occasion. And yet me say, Rich, Morocco, dear, a woman, and whatever the story has been, let's host it. Let's play in the final. Let's, Rich, and where the Moroccans will go onto the field and play the occasion. In Kofwaba, you're hosting, you're PCG. This is the occasion. But Rich, final, you don't play the occasion. You play to win it. And I see playing to win it more with Senegal than with Morocco. That is how I see it. They are all born. None are doing and say, oh, media, hey. Fans and you say referee yet the say I see that more in Senegal. I see Morocco there a occasion for us. A final we feel let's play to it. Rich, maybe the Senegal is where I'll put my money on. Say omo and on betting me aje final no. Between the two teams, in my eyes, Senegal is a better team. Right. Emame, a team, your friend Morocco, and even from the bench, even though Morocco a very, very decent bench, I still think say Senegal for no, don't make Trono Park Subiano still have the quality to influence the game more than team your friend Morocco. For me, Rich, it's going to be another heartbreak for Morocco. They must lose this final. Then in the next 2 editions of the AFCON, if Morocco gets to the final again, they will win it. That is how I see a normal Kosono. Kakrebi on the rest of the games, then I give you the code. No. Premier League, you know, say table nature. This is the table. Now, who table ni biya the other have say 32-31 for no. 32.
Ba man for me na kuma wo. At the point say oh, league ni etimi we can win the league. Now gradually for man on ba.
How much am I okay?
Ozo mun Aye.
Okay. Be nyam na ka yo.
32-31 for no obi ani masema me ka no. Anasa Ayala na wuti kroma. At the point Urefi say Manska Beka and the team no they are not there yet to win the Premier League to be a nyamatre. Ebia probably a fitness season kono. No mun dwene so make me the Premier League no. That time not Chelsea the second. Am I so back here? Chelsea fans coach pa. Team that second. Now
so why are you judging Chelsea not by the worst of their coach but the worst of the fans?
Hey, na fans me fans in the dido how. Okay. Me man ask me no baby. Fans sit that we win the Premier League now. Hey Chelsea.
No problem.
They say yeah project yeah some 32-31.
But selling ye munye.
Oh,
me munye.
Brentford be show me. Yeah, but draw against Man City.
Oh, but Man City.
Yeah.
But who did say Chelsea buffet against
the football is fair now. The new manager bounce will work.
Football is fair da.
Sentina make us say fair now.
And fair so.
The new manager bounce no our side.
Wow.
Players no bobo no dia mama keke.
Then they be two Chelsea ni for one change good.
Na say you Rosenado no bobo 2 matches bi also. Obo EFL and obo one other game be.
Good for us no. I think games now a move big no is being played today. And me sure it is because of the midweek Champions League now. I'm expecting Liverpool to win against Burnley. And say Liverpool do man so. But I am expecting them to win. In the Manchester derby, no. Metier more legends na. Omukasa nyina no memfa ne serious. Simply because it is Carrick. And one of their own. They will never be too critical of Carrick. But there's one thing that everyone through Neville, Ferdinand, and Omo Makano Ekasa. Almost say, if you visit the training grounds, Carrick seems to be clear in his ideas. And the players seems to think, okay, this is more clearer than Amorim. Amorim was being too complicated. Carrick is giving us fundamentals. You're going to say, wage now. And your complication, 2 about 2, 3 about 3, 4 and 5, you're about 6 and 8, you're about 10, you're about strikers, you're about wingers. Like, so simple. Obiatias here. You just need to operate in that system war. Asa. There is no way, no. Be complicated. Now, Rich, for Pep, it is good, but it is very, very bad. It is good when you look at Cherky, Semenyo, when you look at Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, but it is bad. So to anywhere, and baby a team in and once I shaking more with English. You say watch your Power Boy 11 now, and you've seen Man City team on the Baba. No watch your 4 and 5 now. I am Max Alain and Kusanov. Where they say Mudao? Because even with Guardiola and Rubindias, no Mudao. No way. With Matthias Nunes, not right back. Then Mike O'Reilly, Mudao. And we are not even talking about prime Rodri. Rodri is Obano 9. But the moment I want to be doing any more, now ukoshe man use so defense na. Oh say there could be one sure prediction. We mutifra
goals.
So much ni bi na we be hwe. Obia a problem with the defensive awareness and in the network, and attacks in potent. Now this is where it gets tricky. Okay, Rich. So me no me ready to say game no be wait to free and we so to free. Then free na enko for better no. Why na the attack no? Are you too sharp to be clinical than the other?
Obviously City.
Inter we are na mo win the game no because of that. Enti obi abe create chances. But I'm sure you may conclude say City with the potency to be more clinical than Man U. That is where the point is. Media, that is how I see the game. Any the way I see it. I will put my money on City. What's the chance they will for never cause?
Brentford versus Chelsea.
Sir. This Brentford team almost started here, but they've picked up. And they are playing typical English football. It's as if they know what to do in a game. Especially with Ugote. He has played very, very well. Strong in Kayodemo, Echiro. Oh, they are physical. No long boss. But Rich, when you say Mr. Rosener buying forget about the first game now, boy, which was not a Premier League game. He still need to announce himself to the Chelsea fans with a Premier League match. Rich, I think it will be this game.
Okay.
Yes, I think it will be this game. This game is going to set the tone for Liam Rosener. And he would look at the Chelsea fans today and say, look, this is how I want to win games here. Chelsea Beshe. That is how I see it. Now, before Arsenal Bebo Nottingham Forest, which no City about that. The results will tell Arsenal what to go for in this game, no. I think the first leg in Arsenal said 3. Which Arsenal can pull out the win from the Forest. And Meko Eddie Amomo. Many 50 years, Real Madrid will win. And we have won.
Levante.
Yes, they will win. Which forget about one air fit, one in your fit, one or one on bo, Abeloa or Muso. They have no excuse than to win. That is the point.
Okay.
And I think they will win. First, numbers are aircon and water. Not a ding. But I say we've been able to do that very, very well. And I realize that team is also abba from kakra. And Barca will be aiming at going to steal a very, very slim, difficult win or Real Sociedad or China. And I think they will be able to get Saudi, Honum. Mami, Medema no secret before the course, no. Rich, in the Bundesliga this weekend, I am expecting Dortmund to win against Empoli. But there's this one game. Sir, Bayern away to Leipzig. When you say a game, the results has always been huge numbers of goals. Yes, starting season, not the main competitor to Bayern was Leipzig. But which Nansei Omati Elkofom. And you look at it, but they say, oh, it's going to be Neuer, Kimmich, our right back, Upamecano, Nita, and Eto, a complete back 4. No, now Pavlovic, and Goretzka, boom, 6 and 8. Then Olise on the right, Luis Diaz on the left, then Carr, elbow behind Harry Kane in almost 4-2-3-1. No, Rich. The goals assured, then a Bayern double chance too. Ebetimi aye trick no. Ede ama omo a ombeso omo koske fienti unim. Mame mamu kos na yentimi ntrase na yemedi efie nkomo no. Very, very nice quotes because I think I have 1 roll over then 3 others no. Into my starting with the rollover one no. Into rollover code no any BW 32 FA 76 AA. Mr. Chasa code AB BW 32 FA 76 AA. And the rollover code no. The others na here and the games no. I'll quickly go through it. Now what me alpha first one no. BW 32 FA DA 61. Second one BW 32 FB 2E 8A. And the last one BW 32 FC 91D8. And offer, you can take a screenshot now. Oko Owusu Bempa Ayala ewo Exa ewo Oko Bismarck Owusu Bempa hyphen Ayala ewo Facebook and Ayala Sports ewo Facebook ewo o join me WhatsApp channel no and me Telegram channel no so all the course no ewo ho nti na ene Saturday we dey also twa bet ni bi we fa bi Google eche na yin na yem mpa se ebe so green e dey am rich
ebe fie na ye dey fi sem no ato aso kabute wisdom